Since men perpetrate about 90% of the world's homicides, it makes sense that nearly all of history's most notorious serial killers are men. But they do have a small number of female counterparts, and they are just as deadly. Today, we look at some of the most horrifyingly ruthless female serial killers ever. First on our list we have 19-year-old Marlene Lenberg and her accomplice Martha Nischogo, stabbed 46-year-old Susanna van der Linde to death at her home in Boston, Belleville. So why did Marlene stab the mother of three to death with the scissors? Well, she had fallen in love with Susanna's 47-year-old husband Christine, who was nearly 2 decades Marlene's senior when the pair worked together at Red Cross Children's Hospital. Second on our list we have the second wife of legendary Cape Town musician Talia Peterson. Najwa hired Abdul Njedi, Waheed Hasseen and Jefferson Snyders to stage a home invasion in which they fatally wounded him. The trial, which garnered international attention because of her husband's fame, lasted 3 years. She was jailed for 28 years. Third on our list is Thandi Macubella, who was convicted and sentenced to 18 years imprisonment for the murder of her husband, acting judge Patrick Macubella. Thandi was convicted of killing her husband, despite the fact that an official cause of death was never proffered. The state contends that Macubella used a piece of cling film to suffocate her husband in his bed. The acting High Court judge was found dead in his Bantry Bay, Cape Town, flat in 2009, just days after reportedly telling then Justice Minister Jeff Radab that he planned to divorce his wife. Fourth on our list is Aileen Wuornos. Born in 1956, Wuornos killed 7 men in Florida between 1989 and 1990. She shot each of the 7 at point-blank range, according to the New York Daily News. She was captured after a minor traffic accident in one of her victims' cars. She told the police that she murdered the men in self-defense because they raped her while she worked as a prostitute. However, she was sentenced to death for 6 of the murders. In 2003, a movie of her life, titled Monster, was released to high praise. Lastly we have Judy Buonono. Buonono killed her husband James Goodyear, according to NBC News, her son Michael Buonono, her boyfriend Bobby Joe Morris, and potentially her boyfriend Gerald Dawson. She was also believed to have been involved in a 1974 murder in Alabama and attempted to murder her fiancé John Gentry. Buonono was executed in 1971 for the murder of her husband. She was later linked to many of the other murders. She was the first woman to be executed in Florida since 1848, and was the 3rd woman to be executed in the US since the reinstatement of capital punishment in 1976.